So the game's been out for a little bit at this point, and like Destiny Rising, I feel like it needs to have some structure on, where it's going. I've seen a lot of videos going out right now, just confused or giving their opinions on where they think the game is going, just because of where it is and the platform that it sits on. And it is very interesting to see this game kind of pan out overall, because it's a mobile game, right? Like, these are Destiny players that usually play this game for a living, and now it's on a mobile game where their grind is somewhat being restricted because of the energy and stuff like that. So, Yana, where do you think the game should be going at this point? Is it going in the right direction, or do you think that direction still need to be defined?
Well, in my opinion, I feel like the only forward-looking part of the game that matters to me personally is whether the game will still be in service in 6 months or in 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the nature of
let's turn it after this
free-to-start game.
Yep.
You can put in a whole month's paycheck if you want to. And there's no guarantee necessarily that the game will be around for you to enjoy what you paid for.
Yeah.
6 months down the line. So it is a Destiny game at the end of the day. So like the formula is there. In terms of like what they want to do with it, it seems like they've started in a somewhat more interesting, more mentally stimulating direction than console Destiny gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as long as they keep up the good work.
I definitely agree with that too, because I like the audience is there. Like, the Destiny community has been craving new content for so long, and I feel like Bungie has not been fully satisfying their appetite with the new content that they're craving. Like, Destiny's backbone was strikes, raids, creating events that allow players to play together, create new friendships, and tighten those bonds up. And I just feel like where Destiny 2 is currently sitting, they've kind of lost their identity for creating, that friendly atmosphere or those memorable moments. Like, yeah, they got the new raid, which, I mean, every new expansion is supposed to have the new raid. So if they didn't have that, ain't nobody was going to be playing that expansion, whoever bought it. But now that the honeymoon phase has ended, and they see that, hey, it's the same strike that I've been playing for the last 10 years. Like, they're not going to want to continue to play that anymore. So where Destiny Rising is, like, appeasing to the appetite, it's a brand new setting, it's a brand new kind of roadmap or point of history that the community has never explored before. And there's also a lot of, like, familiar characters for people to kind of dive in and, learn some more about the lore, or even play with, because, it's more of like a hero shooter somewhat, I guess. So it's very strange. But Blaze, do you also agree with Yannick's sentiment on that, where, the game should be going, or do you think the path is still unidentified?
Still unknown. Right now, I feel as though there is a content issue with Destiny 2 that's not being met by the developers.
Mm-hmm.
So the way the game has shifted, they're treating the grind as content.
Yeah,
it's grind just for grind's sake, and that's not how the game should be. Like, you should be grinding. You should want to grind because the rewards are good, not just to make number go up.
Yeah.
And the way the game is right now, the only point of the grind is to make number go up.
Pretty much at the same locations, at the same strike, at the same dungeons, at these same places. Like,
there's a team behind. He just came in.
So it's very strange to see. But for where Rising is going to be going next, like, I mean, there's definitely plenty of routes they can go. I'm just concerned on the audience, on who they should be tailoring to, because the core audience of Bungie or Destiny is the grinders. Like, these are people who log into the game and they're playing for like at least 3 to 4 hours out of the day or more. You already see the content creators as is, like they're playing this as is like a 9-to-5 job. Like, they're in and they're clocking it in, grinding their light up, and then 8 hours later, then they're jumping off to either jump on a new game or they're done for the day. So I feel like the audience, like, Rising has the opportunity to cater to the casual gamer, but also the hardcore grinder too, with its pinnacle energy. But with that pinnacle energy, there is a limit, right? You're gonna get more rewards by using that type of currency, but then when you don't have that currency, your rewards are cut more than half or more in certain scenarios. So is the cutting of the rewards gonna hurt the grinder, or is it still gonna be enough to where they're like, oh, the reward's still good enough, I'm gonna grind it out? Jorge, what do you think about that? Do you think the grind the grind caters to those hardcore gamers? Do you think because they gimp the rewards, it's not gonna be enough to keep them engaged?
Well, honestly, I feel like maybe
Is the team coming ahead?
Something that took me a little bit to get used to was the energy not refilling like other gachas do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like, you know, at the same time, it makes it fair for everybody to like kind of stay in the same level, and not have people like day one trying to like be max level.
Max acclaim 100 already, and that game just dropped for a week.
So, yeah.
So and you're right though.
Yeah,
like,
and just deposit.
the energy doesn't regain over time. It's a full reset once the day is over. And then also they also put a floor on like fire team levels when the game first came out to kind of gate the people from not, grinding too heavy. So I can definitely see where like the devs are trying to control how much grinding a traditional Destiny player can grind for. But then also, because they can't grind, are they going to stop and say, well, I mean, there's nothing else for me to do, I'm going to just go somewhere else? Or they're going to find like other meaningful activities to put their grind in. One aspect that I did notice that this game does really well is the actual ranking system. So you're able to rank in power, you can do in different activities like the Expanse, Calamity Ops, Shifting Gates, etc. Even freaking fishing. Like, I didn't even know you can, there was a leaderboard in fishing.
Well, I bet fishing is the most competitive.
Like, it's actually,
Yes.
And then you see like the character holding their fish, including their fisherman level or their fishing level. Like,
Eric.
Is that Eric number one? Eric, what's your fishing level?
Nah, Rick number one now. I'm at 52.
You gotta see
52.
Eric's fish, man. The fish that Eric's most proud of.
Bro, I should see you
Oh,
on
yeah,
this
bro.
list. Are you in the rankings? Like, do you put your character rankings on?
I'm not up there, unfortunately. People got me.
Oh, you're number one in the friends. You're at 11K. So the way that it's set for regional is based off weight. So the bigger your fish is, the higher you are in the ranks.
And my fish is fat.
You had
Bigger the
11.
fish, you know what they say.
This is one aspect where they can cater to the players that do grind, that want to, be better than other people on the game. Or the leaderboards really helps with that. I know in Destiny it was more like you have the API or the third-party websites that treat the leaderboards, or the emblems. The emblems is kind of like your measuring stick of like how good you are when you have like the challenge mode emblem and stuff like that, which this game has that plus more. So I can see how they're able to cater to both sides. And then for the casual one that just wants, the John Smith that just got off of work and just wants to like grind a couple of like activities and play the game and then log off and feel like their time is valuable, that Pinnacle Energy system allows them to get the rewards that are meaningful and not be left super, behind the dust on those aspects.
There's still things you can grind without Pinnacle Energy too. Like,
A lot.
It's slow, but you can grind the hell out of. I mean, you can grind for exotic artifacts infinitely.
That's true.
There's no cap.
Isn't there the strike also gives you exotic weapons?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Literally.
you can grind strikes infinitely if you want to. Now, I will say, like, people cook Destiny for this all the time. Like, there's not enough activities to do. This game is new, so it's getting a pass for now. But they definitely need to step up the number of activities that are in the game, because as of right now, like I said, it's still new and shiny, so people don't have the fatigue yet. But you already know how Destiny players are. They're gonna be coming for this game's head soon, talking about there's nothing to do.
Nothing to grind for. Like, where's the new strikes? Where's the new
They're gonna be quick
content?
to start comparing.
Oh, they already are. Like, if you go on YouTube right now, you're gonna see all these YouTube videos from like the bigger YouTubers with the thumbnails talk about dead game, or like, you know, the Bungie logo on fire, or even comparing like Destiny Rising. Like, I feel like rage baiting and just gaslighting has been the community's like MO. That's literally all they do. And it's like a new video every day. Somebody hates the game and they want to make a video about how much they hate the game, or how much they're like not happy about the changes. Mind you, these are the same people that said, oh, this new system is going to be, this is what we need, this is where it's at, the game is the best it's ever been. And now that the dust has settled, yo, why did they go with these changes? I missed the old system. I bet you click a couple videos, they're gonna be like, I missed the old system. What are you talking about? You were complaining about how you needed a new system and everything felt old and stale. Now that you got a new system and it sucks, now you're like, oh, I need the old system again. Like, they don't make sense to me. It's the craziest flip flop. But speaking of, yeah, what?
I was gonna say that system was never gonna work. Especially with the Destiny community. The main issue is there's no content in the game currently. So even if you had the best loot around, there's nothing to play and use it in. They got rid of GMs. Nobody's playing the raid.
Their old dungeons are pretty much obsolete.
There's no reason to do the old dungeons. There's no reason to do the old raids because none of the gear is tiered gear. Like, yep. it was bound to fail from the very start. It never had a chance.
It makes me wonder, like, are they doing this to sabotage the game, like, on purpose, where they're trying to push the audience into something else? It feels like on purpose at this point, like intentional. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but
people can make bad decisions. It is something that people can.
But hey, it's alright to do the bad decision once in a while, but all the time.
Well, I'm not saying bad decisions are a good thing. I'm just saying, if we're taking the leap from this system is obviously bad to they put this system in the game to sabotage it to make people play something else, I think at that point there's like a gap there.
Let's just pause it, boys.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess we haven't seen much acknowledgement from the devs on the portal system. Like they still pushing it. They're still advocates of like how the portal system is going to be the new wave, which, mind you, the way that this game does it, like, I don't know, just feels more interactive. Like, you have your bounties, you have your activities, they have the recommended activities where you don't have to like attach modifiers just to like enter the dang thing. You know, you've got Crucible and other casual events that you can get into, which are timed based off of the overall player base, right? Which they may not have to do that. If they ever decide to bring back Gambit, just put it on like a schedule where it's only available in the afternoon or something, because nobody's playing Gambit at 7 o'clock in the morning. So, and it's unfortunate. They're gonna have to redo something if they decide to bring Gambit back, because the game is dead. We've already talked about that. But for the content release schedule, because we've all played gachas, like we've all got gachas experience. We're not going to say that we're the experts of it, but to keep us engaged in games like this, the release schedule has to be pinnacle to keep that attention on this game so it doesn't die. Yeah, what would be your dream release schedule for this game? Like, we're talking new content every week, every 2 weeks? Is this
3 weeks?
Well, I don't know.
2-3 weeks. For me, that's my opinion on that one. This way, boys. One.
I think as long as they're consistent with what they deliver. I think maybe 2 months is too much for some people. I think it's fine for me.
Way too long.
If I'm thinking like for 2 months, I'm thinking a 5-star character, a 4-star character, a strike, and a variation on one other activity. For example, like shifting gates. We've still got our 3 environments for shifting gates. I'd like to see some other environments in the mix.
Yeah, other terrains, like different, like, I guess, modifiers that make it more interesting. Different like bosses that cycle in and out that keeps it fresh.
Yeah, and we haven't even gotten into like, well, we're still not sure what the story sort of progression is like. We're going to need new destinations and all the things that come with that, and that's probably almost certainly going to be tied to strikes and raids, right? So I think as long as they deliver on a consistent pace, I think it can take time.
Yeah,
I don't think, and especially this game, This game benefits more than other similar style games from people not logging in every day, especially since your energy doesn't refill to the max every day. So this game, I think, benefits from saying
players ahead
at reset, bust that energy, and then you can come back in a few days and do it again, or you can log in every day and do your 3 or 4 things real quick, and then we'll see you tomorrow. I think it's kind of flexible like that, which is good. So I don't think this is like other games where you have to have a reason to play very often. But I do think because of the investment in terms of game resources that's required to build out these characters.
And the guy's coming out.
I think after a while you're gonna want activities to use those characters in, high difficulty activities to kind of flex your character's muscle a little bit, spread their wings, see what they can do, challenge yourself. The game hasn't shied away from getting players to challenge them.
Okay.
Console Destiny kind of has a history of running away from it.
That's true.
I think as long as they're consistent, that's primarily what I'm looking for. The timetable is not very important to me. I'm looking like it 2 months.
Gentlemen.
What up,
2
months to like slide some goodies under the door for me to get excited.
Okay.
As long as there is a general direction that promotes adding new things and refreshing the legacy things that are there, I think it'll.
And I think you made a really good point about refreshing the legacy things, because nobody wants to go, let's say 6 months to a year down the road and play the same strike with no additional variations, no refresh loot. It's just stale, old, and feels power crept. So that's a good point. As for the release schedule, 2 months. I think Dragon Ball Legends kind of spoiled me with their release schedule, because they're always dropping new content and things to do every week. Literally every Wednesday, Twitter goes crazy about the data downloads, and different kits and all the new stuff that they're adding, including story, that keeps the crazy community engaged, even though that the Dragon Ball Legends community is somewhat toxic because there's impossible to please them. But at least they have something to kind of chew on. But I do see in this game, just from the overall structure, it can benefit from a release schedule that does space out. But I mean, more content is better, right? Nobody's gonna complain for having new stuff in there. But Eric,
too much to do.
Exactly, too much to do.
Do you think it'll ever get to the point where? I remember I wish I could remember exactly when, but there was a certain point in console Destiny people were complaining, and I remember myself, I had taken a long break from the game and back to open up the director, everything was flashing yellow. I was like, whoa.
It's where do I go?
I had to take time to figure out, what the loop was. Maybe there can be too much to do, especially because most of the activities now are around leveling up your acclaim and powering up your characters, especially once you get into the high 50s, 60k range.
That's when you open to the GM door. You'd be able to do stuff like that. So depending on, because I feel like this game also has different layers too, where if you want to go for the hard end, strikes, Grandmaster, Nightfalls, or whatever, that place is for you. They have the 12-man fire. I don't know. How many teams is it on Shifting Gates? 6 different teams or something like that?
16.
16.
Yeah.
So you got 6 teams fighting it out. If they overload that with content, that's going to be, the Shifting Gates player base that they want to, shift into. If they add more content for fishing or different fish or different fishing areas, that's more for the casual base as well to get into. So I think from a gacha standpoint, especially as the community divvies itself out to determine what is their favorite type of content to play. Is it the adventures such as Singularity, or is it strikes, or is it once they add dungeons, it's going to get crazy. We've got the raids and stuff. They'll start to spread itself out on just doing that said content. Because I'm gonna be honest, fishing is cool, but I haven't done too much fishing in this game. And then sparrow racing, I enjoyed that it's in the game, but I haven't done too much sparrow racing either. But there might be the advocate sparrow racing lovers that got the top times on the track, always on the leaderboards.
There's a spell racing event going on right now.
Which we'll talk about the rewards too for that as well, because from what I've heard, people are not happy about the rewards. But I mean, it's a casual event. Like, what do they want? What are they expecting? Like 10 boats, a free 10 pull summon for that, which would be nice. But I don't know. We'll have to see how kind of all that pans out. But Eric, what do you think about the release schedule? Do you think 2 months is too long, or I can kind of assume what you're about to say. Like you want new content every day, don't you?
No. I'll be realistic here. I like 2 months is too long, right? Just to release a character. To me, so that way everybody can keep themselves entertained and not be bored. Because let's be real here, no content, nobody's gonna be on. No money. So in my opinion, I think 3 to a month is enough for new character and then new content. Now maybe new content every 2 weeks, but when it comes to character, every 2 months, in my opinion. But that's my opinion.
Okay, so you would be happy to see a brand new character every month or every 2 months?
Every 3 to 1 month. I mean, every 3 weeks to 1 month. Sorry about that.
Okay, so 3 weeks at the quickest, but with at least one set of characters per month.
The latest 1 month. Yeah, exactly.
Like a mythic character, and also you got like the 4-star legendary character. Okay.
I mean, isn't that kind of what we've been
I mean, that's currently the release schedule right now. So essentially keep doing what it's doing now and see how it kind of pans out.
Yes, exactly. I'm okay with that. I've seen other games doing way longer. That's too much. I'd be bored of it. I don't even log on to the game.
Well, what about you, Jorge? I mean, you got Gacha experience too. What is the release schedule that keeps you coming back?
I mean, the way they're doing it right now, to me, it's fine. They're not overloading you with like I can give an example, like, of another Gacha game that I was playing like a month ago. It's like, I would say almost every 2 weeks to 3 weeks they're releasing a new character, and I'm over here like, there's not enough resources in the game for you to farm to even try to get these characters, right? So it's clearly they just want you to swipe and spend your money to get them, right? So I definitely appreciate if they did hold back a little bit more and take their time. But I feel like with Destiny, the time frame that they choose for each banner has been okay.
Okay, yeah. And as time will tell, we'll see kind of how that evolves with, what the community sentiment is. Because I feel like it's impossible to please everybody. But I really think the devs should focus on the casual gamer. Like the top 1% that, plays the game for like 8 hours a day as like a thing for their living, that's not what's going to make you money. That's not what's going to keep the player base happy. Like I made a video maybe about a week ago. If the Destiny community was like controlling a game like Helldivers, and we know how that would work. It wouldn't have came back. It would have lost all its player base. You would have had Assault Repo talking about nerf every single gun in the game because the game is too easy, and everybody would have left. So, hopefully this game doesn't follow suit with just nerfing everything or trying to make the game too hard for the casual gamer to, have fun with. We'll kind of see how it goes. And then for you, Blaze, the release schedule is fine for you, what's currently set, or do you want to see something sooner, or are you more into the sentiment of where Yannick sits with like a new character like every month or 2 months or something like that?
I think 1 to 2 months is the sweet spot because you give people time in between each release to renew resources. So you know what it takes to max out a character. It's like the stuff that you need from from Calamity Ops. So those cores that you need, they're not easy to get.
Clusters.
The clusters, yeah.
Clusters are a huge bottleneck. Same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Same thing with the other thing from the Expanse. I forget what it's called. The other the artifactual clusters.
Stones. The stones.
So the artificial something
clusters. Yeah. So those 2 clusters are a huge bottleneck to maxing out characters. And if you can't max the characters, then you're gonna be on the back foot what type of content you can use them in. So I think 1 to 2 months is the sweet spot. Gives us enough time to get the clusters that we need to max them out. Gives us time to farm up relics. I'm okay with them taking time releasing characters.
Okay.
Especially if like they're not gonna like rush rush a bunch of redundant characters out using the same weapon types over and over again.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, so
It's all about having like new ways to play too, and keep the game fresh. Now, from a content release schedule, in my opinion, for characters, I do like the 1 month time frame, but I also believe from a story progression, they may need to step that up. Maybe add some additional side quests like every 2 weeks or something, so that way if you have the grinder that has already completed everything, now they have a new thing to complete, or more like story, like a character story progression. They can do more stuff like that. But just like adding like different smaller events in the game that provides currency, materials, because we all already know once you get into like the higher end of the game or end game, the Mobius clusters and all these other exotic materials, that's what's really gonna hold you back from pushing your characters to the next level. So, and that also brings me to, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's interesting you mentioned like small little bits of story beats, like that are maybe not exactly in line with like the main story delivery, right? Just to keep it fresh. Not to go back to console Destiny. When they were showing off Forsaken, they announced the Red War, Destiny 2. When they were showing off the campaign and they announced the adventure system. That's what I thought the adventure system would be. Where it's like once you complete the campaign, you know, like maybe not even on a set schedule, just every couple weeks they drop a new something in there to like push the story a little bit over to the next main story delivery. It never panned out that way.
And it's unfortunate too. Maybe it was resource deprived or something. I don't know what it is, but it just turned into bounty farms.
Yeah, I think it had a grander vision when they were imagining it, and the way it ended up is just not the same. Now, of course, that's me just like thinking it's something that it wasn't. They never, they never said it was going to be that. Those were my hopes for the story.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that there's just.
And I think they will. Like the smaller story beats that they did have after you complete the main campaign was actually like it felt meaningful. Like
the adventures were fun. I enjoyed them.
Like you thought you had to like save a person, but it ended up like bringing food to a dog type shit. I was like, oh, okay, that was interesting. And then
the whole thing with Saint, that was an adventure, wasn't it?
I believe so, yeah. And then like the side story beat, like the character, the mythic character story beats too, where I won't spoil it too much, but like Yolders, where you have the different events happening, and you have the apprentices, etc. Like all of that was pretty cool. Like if they can do more of that and add like main larger story beats that progress like the main protagonist Wolf, I think the game will be very, very successful. So by having a large release schedule for characters, which will require people to spend money or using in-game currency to pull for those summons, they're gonna have to think of different ways to monetize, but not force it down other people's throats. I had a couple of ideas where they're able to do that while not feeling like they're, money-hungry corporate greed individuals by doing that. Like Pinnacle Energy, right? Other gacha games, they'll do like monthly refreshes on the shop, or you're able to get like different materials and such. I think Destiny Rising could benefit by doing like monthly shop refreshes, and then also like maybe weekly refreshes on purchasing Pinnacle Energy for the hardcore gamers that want to always get the mid-max of, the materials and stuff. Do they?
Yeah, they do that.
Is it weekly refreshers or is it monthly refreshers for that?
Pinnacle Energy is weekly, and there is a shop where you can buy materials that has a monthly refresh.
Hold on, because I know. Okay, so I see the Bright Dust. I see the Silver Shop. So the Silver Shop.
Oh, the Silver Shop is just the actual silver. But there's one store in there that has like spend X amount of silver and you get like a box with the materials.
Yeah, like I know there's Pandora deals. Maybe is this refreshable or is this a one-time thing?
No, the refreshable energy is it in the bundle?
Come on home. I see featured, subscription, got blessings and stuff. Under bundles, okay. Silver Shop.
There it is. You can get it for silver, and I believe there's also
There's your
bundles that you can get for Lumia Leaves.
Oh, I
It's gonna
got
be
one for Lumia
Yeah,
Leaves
you got it.
already. Yeah, we cleared that out frame 1.
Oh!
I don't know if I want to use the Challenger's Key because that's kind of expensive, but Silver Shop. Okay, so then they already have this in the game then. They're ahead of it. They're making money. Can't wait to see the revenue numbers for this crazy stuff.
Or that went back. All right,
But-
wait, come on.
To the free-to-play players, though, there's not a lot of refreshes unless it's like Calamity Ops, right? Does Calamity Ops refresh weekly?
Come on, boys.
Or is it
Come over.
monthly?
There should be a
Weekly.
calendar for it somewhere.
Calamity Ops is every week.
I think it's 2 weeks is when it refreshes.
Okay. And
You talking about-
this band's number 1 too. Look at that. Okay, Zombie, I see you. And these are the
Alright,
rewards
that's
that you
what
get. Each of the cycle resets, right? Oh, yeah, they do give a good chunk. 1,400?
Yeah.
Okay. So for the hard tier or the hardcore grinders that actually like get into the Overseer or the top 100, they get 1,450, which is almost one rotation. You have the Unchanged and Regulation Zones, which is giving about 1,200. These giving about 1,000. Yeah, I gotta get my
That's not
ranking
about
up. That's crazy. Okay, so then, yeah, there are ways to grind free Lumia Leaves boats. Well, it looks like not boats, but Lumia Leaves is kind of like your main bread and butter to get the materials needed to summon for the featured banners, because those require different kind of boats. But outside of Calamity Ops, is there anything else that people can grind in this game to get refreshable Lumia Leaves?
Bounties.
Yeah, I think it's bounties, Calamity Ops, and I believe
And
shifting
then
gates.
daily. This way, boys.
Weekly.
Players this way.
Let's check shifting gates real quick.
Well, those are just the rank rewards. What are the weekly plus rewards?
Okay, weekly you
Not
got.
like a whole lot.
It's not a lot, no.
30 a week.
They're seasonal.
Yeah, it's more like these are more material.
To the number.
Days until the season is over. And then, what about spell racing? Is there anything behind this that you can get? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, Sprout Racing is just for the overclock capacitors, and it's a good entry point to get Mythic Weapon.
Okay.
Like
And
if you're just at the point where you can be getting Mythic Weapons, Sparrow Racing is an incredibly easy way to get them.
Okay.
Team is coming, boys. Just FYI.
And then Shadow Sharp Duels. Doesn't look like this gives any Lumia Leaves at all, does it?
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's go this way.
Okay.
I'm gonna go first.
So the
So-
thing that the thing that I want to impress for this game, and I slightly alluded to it earlier, is that its core
Straight ahead.
Rising is a low spend. You get a lot of mileage
This way, boys.
off of the free stuff, and they don't make you pull for multiple items for a character like in some other games you'll pull for the character and then for like a weapon. In this game it's just characters, and you're guaranteed the character at 60, right?
Yep.
Which is incredible, but it's reinforcing that low spender atmosphere for the game. So the pros of that are like if you've got the cash, you can very easily fill out the talent tree on your characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is something that's very difficult to do in other. But seeing E6 Gwyn was not uncommon a couple weeks ago. So
First day. So people are easy.
so it's like it's very
Doable.
friendly in that regard. If you want to really beef up characters that you like, if there's a character you like
Players here.
and you got a little bit of dough, you can max them out, and you won't have to worry about 50/50s or crazy pull rates to get there. Now, on the other hand, it does mean that farming materials for pulling is not going to happen as often as having opportunities to farm for resources for your character.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, Blaze was talking about this earlier. This is one of the parts about the game being new. There's a ton of leaves and boats to farm up. That the one event that ended last week, I think, where it wasn't really an event. They just kind of explained to you where to get leaves and boats, just the regular triumph, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they were saying, these are how you get it. This is
Oh,
what you
yeah.
look for, etc. Once that dries out, people are probably going to start asking, where are my leaves, where are my boats? And I think that if you're accustomed to other types of games where you need that currency, it's probably going to feel painful. But I think if you have a low spender attitude, not necessarily a free to play attitude, but a low spender attitude, I think the game is very friendly to that group.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
And do you think the game would benefit by adding adding additional ways to add, get the refreshable Lumia leaves, like adding them in Gauntlet Onslaught, where you do it weekly or something and you get Lumia leaves, or, in any of the Realm of the Nine activities to get refreshable Lumia leaves? Do you think the game would benefit off that, or is it going to impact people from spending in a low spending atmosphere?
I don't know
I do have 16,000 leaves, so I don't know. Maybe they don't have to worry about spending. So,
I mean, once you find a character you want, this 16,000 leaves might not last you too long.
Eric said he's gonna eat
I am not gonna lie.
on release.
He's gonna wait. What?
He's gonna max out the new character when it comes out.
Oh, the Hellas? Oh yeah, because you're a hunter man. Yeah, that's all you, dog. E6 on day one, frame one.
9 a.m. as soon as the patch comes out, he's logging in and he's summoning.
Yeah, you're 14,000 Lumia leaves. I don't know if that's gonna E6 her, dog.
Hey man, let's speak your luck out there, man. Let's call it.
If Rick was able to get 2 Estella and 1 multi, it's possible.
It's possible, exactly.
Hey, good luck. That's all I gotta say. I'm still saving for the Titan that come out. Like, I'm sitting on 183 Bon Voyage.
Hey man.
But he looking like Monkey D. Luffy boats.
Boats, nothing but boats.
183 boats, he said, damn.
But yeah, back to the original question though. So, by adding additional ways to earn free Lumia leaves, do you think that would hurt a low spending environment, or would that still encourage people to, tap into that wallet and fork in the dough for those new units?
Well, let's be realistic here. We're human. We get tempted.
Gambling.
The gamble's gonna be there, and the lease will run out soon. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm probably gonna be swiping that day. All right. I'm gonna definitely try to pull that, get that E6 going. I think that's Thursday. Yeah, that's gonna be me right there. But everybody's gonna be swiping. Maybe $20, maybe 30. Who knows how much? Everybody gonna do it.
Hey, the content creator, they might be swiping hundreds, depending if they main them or not, or if they really want it or not. We'll see. We'll see what Power Creep ends up doing. But I mean, I think this game has plenty to offer for different types of players: the casuals, the hardcore gamers, the speed runners, the pinnacle earners. All of those, from emblems to different types of ornaments and ghosts. Like, they just released the ghost one that's at a 1% drop rate for the raid. So now you can do that and get something to flash out to the group. And it's only going to get better from here. So I'm definitely excited to see how this game does within the next 6 months. I mean, just looking at the most recent revenue numbers, not even counting China's numbers, it forked in, $9 million in 1 month. There was people like Paul Tassi saying oh, those numbers are low. And I'm like, I mean, there's other gachas that are lower than that. This game is going to be doing fairly well. Now, if I only forked in 1 million for the first month, then maybe there'll be some concerns. But 9 million, meanwhile, Final Shape and the other numbers didn't even do anything close to that. I think this game is going to continue to flourish as they add more levels of content. And I'm definitely super excited to see what kind of Titans they add into the mix, because we haven't got a Titan banner yet. What's going on, devs? Drop them Titan banners. Get us that Consecration Titan. That just
a Consecration Titan.
That's all we need. You heard it first, right here.
That's all I'm going to be doing. Once Consecration's on cooldown, find me in the back of the map, waiting for it to go online.
They're going to release some artifacts that reduce the cooldown, where you're able to just spam it, looking like you're fucking prismatic.
All jokes aside, I don't think they'll ever do that, because I think that was one of the issues that console Destiny had, right, was when they released the 2.0 version of armor building.
Mm-hmm.
It really became a race to the bottom, and just how often you can use these very potent, very easy to use abilities that loop into themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the gameplay, in some instances it was very fun, but I think the gameplay in general suffered for it. So I'm not saying that Rising shouldn't have things like cooldown reduction mods and stuff like that. I just hope they're much careful with it.
Yeah, don't have it be instant, right? I mean, there are already some characters that do it now, like E6 Yolder. She has the ability to kind of throw multiple shield throws. So, but I mean, the shield throw is not so destructive where you're doing stupid amounts of damage and exploding the whole room off of one, like, you know,
Right.
shield swing.
And it takes a lot of investment.
Yeah,
It's not guaranteed.
it's E6 or is it E5? Hold on.
D6.
6. Like, yeah. So it took a lot, okay? It took a lot to get her here. Like, look at them eyes, man. She knows what she's doing. But that's it for the discussion. Again, I'm super excited to see where the game goes from here. Devs are doing an amazing job with it. Not even trying to glaze or nothing. There's plenty of things to do. And for a casual game, I'm glad they have a cap on the Pinnacle Energy. This will encourage more people to, you know, touch some grass, because some people need to. But yeah.